Hello world, this is Darin Martineau from Master Magic University. And in this video I'm going to talk about my new product which is called Unmasking Masque. I'm very proud of this product. Um, he is a very incredible magician, Masque, and I must say that this is one of my best products. Um, so we're going to talk about first of all, who is Masque. So we're going to talk about that. Right here, talk about it. So, Masque was born in 1835 and 1913. He was contemporary with Hofstadter and many other incredible magicians. He was a Peruvian magician, his real name, Jose Antenar de Gago, who performed primarily in France. His name, meaning the masked man, came from his trademark mask that he wore as performances. Um, his wife's name was Zerka. She performed as the Queen of Cigarettes. He performed mostly in France, wearing the mask, etc. Some of his effects were published in Magic Without Apparatus by Camille Gaultier, uh, translated by Jean Hugard in 1945. Um, in 1905, he bought a wine farm in Bordeaux. And some have speculated, such as Juan Temerez has speculated, that La Masque could have been Erdnase. And I agree, he could have been. We don't know who Erdnase is. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying, I'm a part of this Erdnase hunt. I'm good friends with Richard Hatch. I think Richard Hatch has a great, probably best candidate. But with that said, so this could be Erdnase. But with that said, this product, what is it about? Well, I've taken these effects and I've modernized them. Okay, and let's talk about these effects. All right, you're going to learn over 50 amazing pro magic routines in here with advanced new sleights. So what I've done is I've taken several effects from that time period that match La Masque and its contemporaries. There's some Hofstadter effects in here, but I'm going to talk about what's in here. So I have my new Angel color change. That is based on a Charles T. Jordan's Demon change. I improved it. I have my Eclipse half and half color change in here, my new Gradual Ghost color change, Coin Kata 1, my new Flying Coins Across, my new Flying Cards Across. The Cards Across was inspired from The Art of Magic by T. Nelson Downs, and T. Nelson Downs was a contemporary of La Masque. So in my Flying Cards Across, I really think it's one of the best. I've took 5 different cards across, blended them together, and a thought of card goes across. It can be done close up, it can be done parlor. It's an incredible effect. I think that's one of my best 4 cards across, and I have many versions. Okay, I also have my new Las Vegas Sleeper with the 3.5 card comedy effect in here as well. The Three Musketeers card routine by Jean Hugard. Okay, Jean Hugard to me holds a lot of the he held a lot of the secrets, and he's put out some of the best books, such as Expert Card Technique. But the man was just full of incredible secrets, and so I put this in here. I have a new effect called the New Murder Mystery Card Routine in here. Okay, I have a 10 cards to pocket because that was very much of that time period. The cards to pocket is a classic. I put in Chuck Smith version here. I've chosen this one of my favorites. Aces front because Carl Germain, aka known as Germain the Wizard, was also a contemporary of these guys, and he created the wine glass color change. So with that said, the aces front is one of the best effects with that. It also may be done without any cover of the handkerchief. You can use your hand or you can shake it, by the way. And I'll make some other stuff on that. I'm going to do a whole product on that, on more color changes. Now, I put in here some of my best false cuts. I put in my mentor Alan Ackerman's uh, In the Hands False Shuffle. These are very rudimentary, very fundamental sleights to go with any product on card magic. This is not only card magic, this is a variety of magic. This is a whole master magic course in and of itself. Okay, we have the overhand shuffle palm, something I've created. We have the action palm by Marlowe in here, one-handed top palm by Marlowe, the one-handed top palm with multiple cards by Ed Marlowe. The straight pass, the real work is tipped. I learned from many people, many of my mentors in magic. I learned the pass particular from Jeff Latta, who had one of the best passes in the world, and he was close friends with Bill Kalush. So I learned that real work is tipped here. Okay, continuing on. There's many fundamental sleights in here that I've put in here. This is a whole master course in and of itself. Okay, the action palm by Ed Marlowe, the one-handed top palm by Ed Marlowe, the one-handed top palm with multiple cards. I show both top and bottom palm. That would be in the action palm. The action palm is both the top and bottom action palm. So there's many fundamental sleights in here. Now on the straight pass, I was talking about the real work is tipped here. I learned from Jeff Latta, who had one of the best passes in the world, Chris Kenner, and Louis Simonoff, the subtleties and my own. I took all of that and then I combined to my own, created my own subtleties. Now, with that said, I tip the real work on the pass and all of that in there. That alone is worth the price of this. But we have the Martineau pass. This is a one card pass. Why move all the cards? We'll only have to move one. That's the theory behind that. And that is a new advanced sleight in there. Okay, the Torn Deck Mystery is by Ed Marlowe. I think that's a lost miracle. New Omnipotence of the Ladies. That's my ungaffed version of the Omnipotence of Women by Hofzinser. Remember and Forget by Hofzinser. New McDonald's Aces. Now, McDonald's Aces is actually credit to Hofzinser. I could have put that here, but nevertheless, I have my version with my Eclipse half and half color changing. The Spectacle Aces is one of the most visual ace productions. It's in here as well. My Super 3-Fly, my version of Chris Cranner 3-Fly. What's unique about it and the features is at the end, the hand is shown front and back 100% empty. And I fooled many master magicians with this magic. Next is By Touch Alone. I have my own variation of that. That's created by Harlan Tarbell from the Tarbell course, and that's an incredible card routine. Name That Card was something that Lance Burton performed on TV. It's an incredible mental card effect. Card Stab, that's a classic. This version here is a Frank Garcia version. Card from Hat, that's a classic. Then I have a card to hat and deck to hat transposition with a Paul Harris Vanishing Deck variation. This is my own variation of an incredible effect. That's the card to hat with the deck to hat transposition. The coin's penetration through the deck is a very old effect. That's why I've chosen this material because it matches the period pieces. It matches this. This is whole master course in and of itself. I'm very excited about this. Next, we have Colin's Aces, the version by Dario Fitzke, the guy who wrote the Fitzke trilogy of magic. New Transposition Extraordinaire is another effect based on a Dario Fitzke effect. And that is inspired from the Card Expert Entertains book by Dario Fitzke. I teach the Rising card, 6 ungaffed methods in here. My triple cards through hanky. Those are triple cards, 3 cards selected, lost, and shuffled on the deck. They penetrate through the handkerchief. On the last one, you get it upside down rising card. Really incredible kicker on that. That's something that's it's based on, these are classics. A lot of these are classics of magic because they fit this era of magic. We are now in the golden age of magic, right? Now, we have Deck Vanish with Rising Card and Vanish. That's something that I created. That's my own creation. New bottle production. That is an incredible bottle production. Can be used as an opener or closer for close-up or parlor magic or even stage magic. The Perfect Prediction is one of my favorite little prediction card effects created by the actor Chester Morris, who made many cool movies, by the way. You can go look and Google him and find his old movies. The New Hanging Hook Coins is my version of the hook coins where I produce a hook. Absolutely phenomenal. I then have the Chivalrous King Save the 4 Queens. This is my variation of a card effect created by Carol Fox, which is found in the Buckley card control book. This is fitting this time period piece, these magic from this era of magic. The New Diminishing Deck is my new version of the Diminishing Deck, and I show you how to make that. That has got really easy to make. It's a simple gaff, but I combine sleight of hand with gaff. That's an incredible Diminishing Deck. The Torn and Restored Paper Balls and Prediction. This is an awesome 2 in the hand, 1 in the pocket type of a routine. Perfect for close-up. Next, my card flourishes routine. This is inspired from Michael Skinner, but I do it with many full deck false cuts and flourishes, including my Hummingbird false cuts, which is my version of the butterfly. It's a full deck false cuts, my pivot cuts, and much more. The Queen of Hearts Force All right, continuing on. The Queen of Hearts force is a La Masque effect. Not every effect in here is La Masque. However, I've taken some of his best effects in here and put it with the magic of that time period. And I've also modernized it and improved it with modern handling. With this routine, I learned from one of my mentors, Roger Klaus, who was one of my mentor, Alan Ackerman's mentor. He taught me this at a magic convention many years ago, and I didn't know what it was until I started studying more about La Masque and realized that this was his trick. The Queen of Hearts force is an incredible force, and it's also a card to anywhere, to pocket, to wallet, to shoe, wherever, and it's an incredible routine that's on here. The next one is the general card. This is a really awesome effect. 3 cards are selected, shuffled in the deck by the spectators. You show 3 cards. None of them are the cards. You snap your fingers, you go back, you show them, and you have 3 people stand up, and you say sit down. If you all see your card, everyone sits down. This is an incredible routine that matches this. Now we have we go into the finale. I'm really most proud of these last 2 tricks on this project, guys. The Svengali deck with the regular deck. This utilizes the La Masque display. It's a false pip display, but it's absolutely phenomenal. Gives the impression of doing the Svengali deck with a regular deck. You change the whole deck into the same card with an incredible finale where the cards vanish and the deck is regular. They can examine it, and the cards to pocket with no palming. I've done a lot of work on this. Now we have the one I'm most proud of, I would say, the new Super Travelers routine. This is hard to describe effect because it is a very complex effect. You always want to have direct magic. However, it's not really, it's more of an advanced routine. The effect is very direct. The effect is based on the tap dancing aces of Paul Harris, which is actually created by my mentor, Alan Ackerman. I've taken this effect and I've taken it to the next level many times. So one by one, the jacks vanish and appear into the deck. The next phase is the kicker ending. On the last one, they change the aces. Then I go into a Dr. Daly's routine of transposition of the red and black aces in the spectator's hand. Then all of a sudden, all the aces change back into the 4 jacks. Then I snap my fingers, then they all vanish. They're back to the aces. And then as the finale, this is what I'm most proud of here, is one card appears upside down in the middle of the deck. The next card appears inside the box. And these are all signed cards, by the way. The 3rd jack is signed. It appears underneath the mat. And the final one appears in your pocket with no palming. This is just brilliant, guys. I call it the new Super Travelers routine, and it's well worth, this routine alone is well worth the price of admission. I also have supercharged this product with extreme amount of value because it's a master magic course in and of itself, and I include 6 bonus magic books. The Classic Secrets of Magic, which has 12 chapters focusing on these 12 effects here. The card unsealing, the Chinese rice bowl, the paddle trick, also the egg bag, 4-ace trick, miser's dream, everything you can see here, cups and balls, all the classics, and much more. Next is the Celebrity Magician Mentalism. This is an effect that I created, an incredible mentalism effect. Next, I have the book How to Develop Style. This is great because when you're looking at La Masque and his style with the mask, this just makes it, whether you're doing close-up or stage, you can develop your own style. Next, I have my Magic Act checklist. Whether you're doing close-up, parlor, or stage, this is very incredible asset to use to create your magic. Then I have the Professional Magic. I show you how to get shows here. Then we have Best Top 41 Classic Card Tricks List ebook, where I go through 41 of my favorite classic card effects. So this is a complete master magic course. So get it today. This is $49.99, but it is absolutely one of my best because there's so much awesome magic in here. New color changes, not just card magic, but coin magic and just incredible close-up that can also, a lot of this can play bigger, like into parlor, like I said. So this is the product right here, Unmasking La Masque. Thank you very much and enjoy.